Siri Gurudev Name, Ad Gurudev, Jugakure, Sakure, Siri Ad Gurudev, Jugakure, Sakure, Siri Gurudev. God bless you. Okay. Japa Saraswati, this is very funny. It says prompt from Bob Sirichand.
I'm so sorry. I was trying to push return on
I know. It was so funny.
I know. It sent and that was when I was trying to send my note. But below it has the actual prompt.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's kind of fun. Okay, there's Bob. Gotcha. Okay, so we'll do this like we normally have. 1 minute will be pumping, heart pumping, and then 3 minutes for heart breath. And the prompt, as you see at the chat, is for understanding love and light from the beings, being extra test. You know what I'm saying, right? Alien being. Understanding about love from human emotional love, understanding about vibrations as love. How do we help others to know true love? And begin. And now begin heart breath. 3 minutes. And inhale. And exhale. Wonderful. Okay. So actually, each of you are coming by in the same amount of the list when you come. Okay. So Paul, what's up for love? Continue.
Sure, that's a favorite topic of mine. So this is great. I first of all, I heard from Soul um, about the extras, the extraterrestrials,
Mhm.
and I apparently got it wrong last week. And what Soul said was, or Baba Siri-chan said actually, was that the extraterrestrials come to us on the high vibratory frequencies of light, and they the etheric, the etheric frequencies, and what they do is they pattern themselves on on us, on like what we look like, and so they can pattern themselves. So it's not like I said last time that we create them in our image and likeness. That's not it at all. And Baba Siri Chan corrected me on that. So it's they come in because love, he says, is all there is, right? So they come on these etheric energies, frequencies, and then they pattern themselves. And so no matter where they go in the, the the galaxy of the universe, that's how they travel. So they will. So on the Earth, they bring to us themselves patterned um, as humans. So and Baba Siri Chan says that just to remember that love. So it's a unifying force that we must agree to so that it can work its way in our life. And but underneath it all, we already are connected and bound together in love. And the he said, like, my work particularly is to come to that recognition, especially in these times, to realize that, to recognize that we really are one in love, even though the emotional um you know quality may not be there. It may not be romantic love, or that kind of, well, it most definitely isn't for what I'm thinking about now. But so yep, so that's how we live, how we survive, how we create, is all from a space of love. And the what came to me, which was kind of cool, was I have daffodils around here that are just coming up, and the daffodils were saying that we are we are rising up, and we are sending love to you. And the trees just said, rise up. So there's a huge message that I'm getting to rise up in love. And yeah, the trees like outside it's just wow, it's like almost thunderous, like rise up, and the daffodils, the beautiful blooming. So um so yeah, so that's, I think that's all I got. I mean, how do we help others to know true love? Well, just to help them, just to be, by our example, to be love, and then be silent. I think Rumi said that, love is all there is, and be silent. And so yeah, so it's open. And then the last thing was from Babasiri Chand was open your arms. Just keep your arms wide open, he said. Keep your arms wide open. And I said, well, doesn't that make me very vulnerable? And because I'm already very sensitive, and doesn't that mean? And he said, well, this is where your lessons will come. Your lessons will come from being, with your arms wide open and being vulnerable. And this is where your main learning will be. And as opposed to being closed and thinking, I'm safe. But recognizing that with arms wide open, um, the love of the creator in the cosmos is my guide and protector. So I'm letting, the creator's love and energy in. So yeah, that was really, really helpful. Bright. I feel brighter right now. So I'll pass and let someone else talk.
Well, there was something else I want to ask.
Okay.
Because as I understood for last week, that what about dark from those people? For instance, from Trump or Musk.
Yeah.
And what about them?
Yeah. So
Listen,
yeah, okay. Just like Jesus did when he died and left his body, when he returned, he didn't take everything that he left again, and he didn't walk through the wood door. He didn't rise through the wooden ceiling. What he did was he came on the etheric energies that he developed an intimate relationship with through the pure love that he had. This love that he had and has is going to illumine and does illumine the dark. And the dark, let's see, is not all bad. The dark might be something that we're just afraid to see. It's part of the fear that we're afraid to see. And when we are even opening our eyes and our arms to the dark, we're giving ourselves an opportunity. He says the wildness. to to experience the wildness that's within us, and the wilderness that's without outside of us, and that we are both the microcosm and the macrocosm. We're one. So, and this is what he says is incumbent upon us now to go into, bring our light, shine it in the shadow space, so we can see what is hidden, and the gems and the jewels and the riches, I speak figuratively there, that are hidden in the dark. So the light is a much higher vibration. It therefore is much more powerful, and it will illumine that which we as humans are that we have pushed down, that we have shoved into our subconscious and conscious. And then the last thing that Soul said was remember about oh wow, yeah, how Freud wrote this essay about the phenomenon of forgetfulness, and how we put into the dark, Germans put into the dark place. They just deny the Holocaust. It was so unbelievably traumatic. We push it, and they did too. Many of them just totally deny it because it's too traumatic to allow in our psyches. And so what Baba Siri Chand is saying, that this phenomenon of forgetful, what we need to do is be strong, be courageous, and the lighthouse that we talked about last time, to be that light that we bring to illumine the dark. And remember, we all share the dark spaces. So even those in who have done this hostile takeover of our federal government, even those people, they're all part of the dark. So that if we can use our light to illumine our own shadows, we're actually doing work for them.
Mhm.
Wow, that was a big one from Papa Siri Chan.
Yeah, you said it.
A short time.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Uh, okay, I'm writing this down. Okay, good. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. Now next is Gian Sprem.
Satnam, everyone.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, so for me, it came really quickly. And Baba Siri Chand and the dancers, as I'm calling them, through the light, through the dark, through the light, whether my eyes are open or closed, the understanding, the light from the beings, whether extraterrestrial or alien beings, in that form of freedom, of the traveling of the elements, right? This is so there is a certain understanding that we have through science about how many microns can come through our bubble and how many microns can go out of our bubble, and what is supplied and what is exiting are matter, most of the times matter, right? With water and a little bit of matter in there, scattered matter, right? Some of it may be new. So is this alien? Is this extraterrestrial? Is this items that have traveled for how many miles? Millions, trillions, billions, beyond that? How many commas and zeros? Mathematics that we know now. So where are we receiving this information from?
Say it again.
Where are we receiving this information from? The
Yes.
light, the love, the free information, the math that backs it up, the musical tones, the languages that follow it, and then understanding about that love through the human emotional love of what do we do that other animals do? What do lions do? What happens to lions? So we're back to the species again, and this is Baba Siri-chan. I mean, if sometimes hail, like we've seen the films of hail falling on the water and the water, how the water comes in, the understanding through all of this and the vibration that is willing to let a rock have a life and a flower can split that rock that normally, it seems really hard, but there are certain substances within that rock that allow it to be split from the life of the flower with the water. And for me, how do we help others is where we're in our example of this sharing of all of these beings and species and where it came from, and that we are here on a miracle, right? Are we on the tip of a pin somewhere, or are we being shared through this vibrational experience of creation and matter coming together with water? And so there is a certain amount of questioning. Yeah. And in that love, the understanding of love from the human understanding is an emotional way of where we were going back to sort of last week in our talks, of the overcoming fear with courage and then moving with our bodies and coming together as we are billions of people now as a species. For me, coming back to that softness, I'm seeing myself as a kid again, looking in the pond and watching the tadpoles. They're getting bigger now, and the algae is moving around and they're doing different things and they're starting to change. That metamorphosis part of that, the soft yet strong, and that motherly presence in there. And for me, I wrote down tree, frog, and water, and just following the symbolizations of those and what's allowing that to come through my dreams, when I was younger and my dreams now. And for me, I'm seeing the rainbows. After last week, I noticed some amazing rainbows and some changes, and through the celebrations and the weekly Kirtan Kriya with the group of people last week, we had 26 people. And we do a half hour every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And it's been over a year now. And it just seems like, so we have these rainbows coming in and around it. And we're noticing different people are noticing different things. So, yeah, it's just having that no fear, like the rainbow shooting star, how the other half of the rainbow, I see it as a circle. And that's just part of my belief. So the petals, the flower petals and the metals. So the all of the variances from in between that, of the strength and the metal and the softness of the flower petal, and the uses between both of them for sustenance, for protection, for insulation. Yeah, and just coming to that form of noticing. I mean, like, yeah, back to when I was younger, like what was alien to me? Like I can think back when I was running through the woods, and I stopped. I had to tie my shoe. I noticed my shoe, and I bent down. I was taking a rest too, breathing hard, tying my shoe, going through thoughts and whatnot. And, I stood up and I took a second to take a breath, and I looked over. I was only probably about 7 or 8 inches away from this tree. And there was this owl right in the hole of the tree looking at me with these wide eyes. And I was so winded that I had to look at it and just blink my eyes, and my body just went blah. Um, so those surprises in those moments where it's just like I am looking at this thing that's looking right at me, and it's just you know so that was a surprise aha alien moment to me. And sometimes I think when we practice in this way with the softening and noticing and seeing other people's ways through our ways, and coming to a place where we can be able to soften to try to ease these distempers that we have like sort of going on through the vibration. Yeah. And us as light beings, yeah, there is a certain amount of science that will back this up, right? The way that light travels, and how we have a certain amount of energy and magnetism and electronics going inside of us in the plasma, all through that plasma, the beauty of that. And I'll take that one word I'm going to write down and go back into that, because it's been coming back and forth this week in different ways. So that's going to be written down in capital letters, and I will say Waheguru after that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear.
Thank
Now,
you.
excuse me, there's another thing that I want to ask you. Do you know about the beginning of the Bible talks about the words? I've forgotten the whole thing that you talk about it, but that creation is from the words. Is that what you're talking about for the song creation?
Well, we could say the nod. Is it the nod?
Mhm.
The For me, this is within the drum too, of the drumming of the heartbeat, of that boom, that boom, that boom. My natural word is home. Just home, the word home and home. In my residence, yeah, in my residence of my residence, there is somewhat of a home. So in that, yeah, there's so many tones, right? Yeah, I mean, for the heart, we can have like A to F, right? Is yeah, with the chakras too, we can go through certain things with the colors and the tones and all of that. But at the beginning, there was a sound, right, that sort of created everything, and that can be part of our right in that heart breath. Sometimes can we feel that? Can we hear that? Yeah. Um, for me, sometimes no, lately, and sort of putting that away, like the subconscious, how it can come back and give you reminders of, say, you're in a trance while you're chanting and certain things come through. You have to have that ability to just, keep chanting and sort of pass that moment by. Yeah. And so being a witness to that part of that place is like that in surrender of saying, I don't know, because yeah, if we were all there though, how is that we can come together and join in that place? Yeah, in that circle of sharing that sound of that Waheguru. Yeah, for me, yeah. But home is just for some reason, maybe it's comforting, to
Mhm.
feel that we are sort of home here and that we are comforted and we're supported. Yeah. And we're eventually we will advance to that point of where we don't have to worry about, other people holding back from, what their true feelings are, or within that losing of that, right, within that forgetfulness of the rules, and sticking with the guidelines of what the earth is supplying here for us. It's just so beautiful, and the tree and the frog and the water, and just, they can all relate to each other, and they all have these roots to the earth that just are coming back to me in the breath, like breathe, celebrate that way of breathing, of the how they're, going underwater, like the 3 days or what, oh, he went underwater for 3 days. Oh, or what did he do? Or, and then people are going to listen, and and when we come together with this profound knowledge of that way of through the science and the music and all of that, it's just Wahiguru is such a miracle, and yeah, if we can just lay down that defense and be in that surrender of love, and I'm so into just handing it over to the women and the children, and letting them sort of see what they would do if they just had the total freedom to walk about everybody like we should have the freedom to walk about everyone with equal, vibration and the sharing of that, and that's truly what in that home I feel. So why go to that and
Thank
support?
you.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Hadi Munder. Oh, Hadi Munder. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in a car outside the public library of Gustavus,
Mhm,
um, at my cabin.
mhm.
And um, in my view, I give Paul, I think she was quite wonderful. My neighbor here at my cabin they have a farm, they have a garden, they supply this rural community of 500 people with produce. And I had last night a a confirmation that what Agiapa also said, that you have to agree to the unifying force we must agree to in order to to manifest it in our life. I mean, we're already there, but we have to intend. And um, based on the Zen meditation I did last week, or um, I went to it with the group, and where whatever one does with that intention and with that agreement to manifest it, then any interaction becomes an observant observation, like the Zen sitting, which I was surprised to hear that they tend to sit with their eyes open. So I was talking to my neighbor, who is very worried and concerned about the dark side that's happening. But I was talking to her about every time she plants, every time she works in the soil, that is feeding and the entire community. And if that intention is there, then the whole community um, is touched,
Ooh,
is is given light just by eating her produce.
Wonderful.
So that was a um, that intention, that allowing that agreement is part of, I won't say a solution, but maybe a solution. It's those are important.
Mhm.
So I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's
Mhm.
about it.
Great. Thank you, dear.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, I want to let you know that, of course, we're going to make this session is longer. Is that okay, anybody?
I think Sahaj messaged me to say that she wants to be an angel today because she hasn't, she has an appointment, etc.
Oh, but she would like to be first now?
Right now would be great.
Okay.
Sahaj available?
Is that okay?
She may not be available.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
I don't think Sahaj is available today
okay,
for this. I think she's an angel.
okay, good. Okay, so now, did Bachchan, what do you find?
Satnam, um, the first thing that came in was just love is love is love, just was repeating. And then just hearing like the birds singing, the river flowing. I saw like a rainbow, children playing, a smile, a hug, a song, a flower blooming, the stars, the moon. Love is everything, and everything is love. Love is pure presence, a soft and open heart, full compassion and acceptance of what is. Love is breathing, a tapestry, a pattern woven into existence that's holding us. Soul is love. Love is being soul. Our trillions of cells, organs, bones, heart beating systems of the body. Love. And then the Mool mantra came, and I just wanted to read this interpretation because I feel, I feel really resonant with it. So it's in, I think it's by Sanatam. God is one, I am one with all beings. Truth is God's name. The vibration of God's name is what created all beings. That vibration is within me. Therefore, in my core, I am true. God is the doer. God does all things, works through me, works through everyone in my life. God is fearless. I am fearless. God has no revenge. I exist in my heart. I stay present. I don't hold on to the past. I live in this moment in full compassion and acceptance. God exists in the undying form. God is in the purity of our efforts to live in a spiritual way, and these efforts never die. These efforts live on forever. God is unborn, does not relate to birth and death, beyond the cycles of life. God is infinite. I am infinite. God is self illuminated. I am self illuminated. Within me, I have the power to find light, to find love, to find a joy. I don't need anyone or anything for this. It is by Guru's grace. It is the grace of the teachings of the Divine One, the Guru, Guru Nanak, Jesus, Mohammed, the masters of all traditions that give us grace. Meditate, true in the beginning, true throughout the ages, true here and now, O Nanak, forever and always true. Spirit, truth, love, and light, these are the things that are true, that have always been true. So I feel like that pretty much sums it up.
Well, that's about it. You got it.
Yeah, the Mool Mantra is just so powerful. Like, I even just hearing it and chanting it, I haven't seen that translation before, but I really loved just some of the what she added to it. So, yeah, I wanted to share that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where did you get that translation? I mean,
I
you
can copy and paste it. It's from Sikh Dharma website, and it says Sanatam Kaur by Sanatam Kaur and other authors. Do you want me to copy and paste in the chat?
yes, please.
Okay.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Try to do.
Autumn. Okay. Good. Thank you so much. Oh, look at that. There it is.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Japa Saraswati.
So, so my message, the first thing about the aliens is, once again, I keep on getting the message that there are different,
Japa Saraswati.
yes,
You know, I have problems with my ears, but it sounds, it's not crisp for me. Is there something else to help me? Because I want to know everything. Japa Saraswati?
you're back. Hello?
Hmm.
Hold on.
Okay. Did anybody else feel that they need her listening?
It sounds a little muffled to me.
Okay.
What about now?
Better.
Um, I keep on getting the message that there are different kinds of aliens, and that I feel like I'm tuning into one kind from the last two messages, and I keep on getting the message that that's like just one kind of alien. You know, like that basically outer space is really, really big, and there are lots of different kinds of aliens that are really, really far away. And that I'm hoping that the ones that we are talking about message and on last week's message are um the aliens that we're going to encounter soon, because these aliens are totally on a vibration of love, and it's funny because like the way that frequency of forgiveness works, because you take the energetic signature, the frequency of forgiveness, and then apply it. The same thing is true of love, and that's how these aliens are vibrating. And in this way, oh, so part of the message was that they're ascended like Baba Siddhi Chand, and that a lot of the people that were saints and that became ascended masters were actually aliens, and that it's a way of consciousness. Um, and so the other part of the message I got was that they communicate through their subtle body, and they pick up um messages from their subtle body. So like we understand we understand this from so and then okay, so then where the message went was that I want to send you guys there was a 15-minute YouTube video that on near-death experiences that I listened to last week, and it was so powerful I had to listen to it multiple times because in short, it was about this pilot. It wasn't that he had an accident and almost died. Well, I'll explain. His near-death experience took place over 2 or 3 days, he said. And what happened was that he's a pilot, and basically they lost one engine, and then they had a snafu coming down on the landing, and the airplane um the pilot hit the wrong rudder, and the airplane jumped from one runway to the runway right next to it, and it was hurtling at 150 miles an hour toward this fire truck, and he could see everything just slow down in, just he said down to the nanosecond, and then that he that they stopped right at the like just inches before, there would have been a tremendous explosion and a crash. Um, and they would have all died. He said it was like certain death. And it just happened in this nanosecond. And then it was, like it was in a big adrenaline rush, but then he goes home and he tells his wife about it, and he says a prayer of thanksgiving um before going to bed, and he says to God, that sure was a miracle basically. I wish you'd show me something like that. And so then while he was asleep, had this near-death experience where he saw the creator, and and it was like it was so beautiful. I'm going to send it to each of you to listen to because it was amazing.
Okay, it's a link.
Yes. I'm
Okay,
send it out after we're done talking.
okay,
Um it and the guy though, he said that his experience of God, and this was what I felt during our meditation, his experience of God was that first that we were all so precious and so loved by the creator, and and this it was like this great universal light consciousness. And what I kept feeling in the message today was like I've been thinking about God like that, and about God as this light consciousness. Um and um and I just felt that from the aliens, that the aliens are traveling on the same vibration as this. Um and that they really do have highest uh our highest good at heart, that it's to be sure of that. Like that was the message that I got.
okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Several other. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Siri Gian.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. So that's good. Okay. So just keep up breathing. And Agya Paul, can you lead us our song?
Sure, sure. Well, let's rub our hands together at our heart in prayer pose and inhale. And exhale slowly. And inhale to begin. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light
That
you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on.
Inhale.
Soft
No. Bless you all. Oh, and Joe Gian, she feels with us as well. Okay. See you all together next week. See you then.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Satnam.
Thank
Satnam.
you, Satnam.